So you're stuck asking yourself, should I even buy an Fz07 in 2023? That answer is yes. In this video, I'm gonna give you some of my reasons why I think you should. But first, let's go hit some twisties real quick. So when you're looking to buy a bike, what are you looking for? Are you looking for sound? Because this thing has it. So on the Fz07, it's a parallel twin and its crankshaft is turned 270 degrees. And what that does is it gives it like almost like a cam sound from the factory. It also gives it this really deep, throaty tone, which I love. Of course, when you think about a motorcycle, a lot of people think about like inline fours, like Fz07 and stuff like that, where they're just high rev, high pitch, screaming all the time. This thing's like a Harley, if a Harley sounded cool. Yeah, I said it. The second thing I want to talk about with the Fz07 is the comfort of this bike. It is so comfortable. Ever since I was younger, I've had back issues from BMXing and dirt biking and all that stuff. You know, shit happens. The comfort. You sit straight up. It's so comfortable, and that's the best part about the handlebars too. When you get like a CBR600, you know, R6, stuff like that, it's got triple clamps, so you're like hunched over the whole ride, and it's just not as comfortable. This bike is just insanely comfortable. When I first got it, I was taking it to the mountains once a week. We'd ride 6-7 hours a day, and of course, by the end of it, you're exhausted. But you're way less exhausted riding this versus like a super sport bike. And for an everyday rider, this beats a super sport any day of the week. It's got plenty of power. It's one of my favorite sounding bikes I've ever heard. And the low end torque, it just can't be beat. It is so much fun. Now, of course, I don't know exactly what you're looking for when you look into a motorcycle, but I knew what I was looking for. And one of those things is style. I like my bikes to be cool. I like my cars to be cool. But I also like them to be unique. And what's so unique about the Fz07 is just how good it looks for a naked bike. Now, I'm not saying naked bikes don't look good, but this bike looks exceptionally well for a naked bike. Now, if you can find a stock one, that's awesome for you. But you've got to put an exhaust in this thing. The stock exhaust is just whispering down the road. You can't hear it. You get above 60 miles an hour, all you hear is wind noise. Doesn't matter what kind of helmet you have. But when it comes to sound, this bike is on top. It sounds so good. I personally chose the Yoshimura for mine. Full exhaust. There's not very many clip-ons for this bike, and the ones that are clip-on, you have to cut the stock muffler off and keep the stock catalytic converter. It's just not worth it. Just get the full exhaust, get the tune. It'll be 100% worth it. Another thing I want to talk about, it's a 700, right? Fz07. It's like a 699cc Yamaha parallel twin. If you got your friends out there telling you this bike isn't fast enough, they're lying. This bike is plenty fast. I mean, I'm sure it'll go 130. I don't know. I take it in the turns. I don't hit straightaways. I hardly ever hit the highway. I mainly hit the mountains. That's my favorite thing about it. The way this thing handles, the way this thing feels, the way this thing sounds. It's just the